Hello there, Cancer. Thank you so much for stopping by for your weekly tarot video forecast. This forecast is for the week of April the 25th through May Day. We are going to be pulling one card for each day just to take a peek at the highlights, see if there's a theme that moves through the week. Sometimes there is, sometimes there isn't. While I'm shuffling, I do want to remind everybody this is just a general reading, which means that I'm looking at energies for all the Cancers who are watching this video. And that means that not everything I see here is going to apply to every single Cancer that watches the video. However, most of it will apply to most of you. Okay? If you guys want a private reading where I'm looking solely at your own energies and that's just it, if you have questions you want answered or whatever, then feel free to reach out to me. All my contact information is on the website right up there. So, let's look at the weekend, Cancers. You're starting off with a King of Cups in reverse for Saturday. And we have the Moon card coming up right side up on Sunday. King of Cups in reverse. I feel like this is you, Cancers. And Cancers, I feel like there's something going on Saturday that you're feeling pretty miffed about, but you're staying quiet. You're not trying to stir the pot. You're basically keeping the peace, sort of sitting with this. I think you may even be evaluating, am I reacting to this in a triggered type of way, or is this really something that is an issue that we should probably talk about? But definitely not very happy at this point. And I think if you say anything, you're going to say it in a very low key kind of way with that King of Cups in reverse. Now, looking at Sunday, we have the moon showing up in reverse. Now, let's just rewind a little bit. Welcome to those of you who have not been to this channel before. Here's what you need to know. We don't stress out about reversals on my channel. I know other readers will tell you all reversals are negative. Each individual reads in their own way, and for me, reversals are not necessarily negative. Sometimes they're better than right side up cards. So we don't stress out about reversals here. That's the short story. Now, looking at Sunday moon card in reverse, that just means that there's something coming out. There's some kind of information coming out on Sunday, and you're not having to dig for it. It's just floating up to the surface with that moon card. So something that, may have been going on right around you, right under your nose, but nobody was really talking about it. Things were not mentioned. You really didn't have any way of knowing, even though it was happening right around you. Well, now that truth is just popping up. And usually, when I have the moon card, when that truth pops up, that just means that you have a decision to make about at what level you want to interact with a situation where the truth is part of the deal. Okay, where this truth is involved, you're going to be second guessing, or I shouldn't say second guessing, but maybe rethinking, going back to the drawing board about how involved you want to be in that situation. Okay, so there we go with the weekend. Let's look at the week. So we're going to run through the cards really quick and then we'll come back and talk about them in more detail. Monday, you guys have the Four of Clubs in reverse. See if I can get the camera to focus on that. Maybe not. All right. Tuesday, Ace of Cups, right side up. How do you like that? And I feel like the camera's not really focusing on these cards and it's aggravating me. Wednesday, we have the Six of Coins. I thought it would be better if I cover my face, but it's not working that way. Thursday, we have the Devil. And then Friday, we have the Eight of Cups. Okay, so I like the Eight of Cups right behind the Devil. That's a good thing. That's a good thing. We like it. Now, let's look at Monday. So, Monday, Four of Clubs in reverse. You guys are doing something away from home. All right, you're not going to be sitting around in the house. So, if you normally work from home, you could be having to go into the office for a meeting, or if you normally have all your meals at home, maybe you're having a meal that's outside the home. This could also be just getting away from home for a few days. So this can be stepping away. Sometimes when it has to do with a relationship, It has to do with taking a break. So I don't know if that will apply for anybody here, but if it does, the thing to know is that with the Four of Clubs in reverse, if somebody is taking a break from the relationship and maybe even going out of the house, what you need to know is that that is just temporary. Okay. I don't know that that's going to be how it applies for the majority of you, but maybe for one or two, there might be a separation coming up. If it's happening, it's just temporary with that Four of Clubs in reverse. I have other things that talk about things that happen more permanently. This is not that permanent thing. But for most of you, it just means you're doing things outside the house. Now, let's look at Tuesday. Ace of Cups coming up here. This just says that you are encountering something new that you really enjoy. This can be a new person, this can be a new hobby, a new recreational activity, a new project at work, something new that you're really drawn to, you're fascinated by it, you really enjoy it. Now, looking at Wednesday, Six of Coins coming up here. This just says somebody is trying to make something right with you. So somebody may owe you something, they would be paying that back. Many times that's a very tangible thing because it is coins, but also this could be in a relationship. Maybe you've been putting in all the energy and maybe somebody says, "Hey, I would like to try to make things even between the two of us." And then on Thursday, we have the Devil card. I don't know why I want to go da 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 with him. That's a new thing. Like a lot of the tunes that come out of my mouth, I have no control over them and I'm really not even aware of them. But I heard that after I put this card down last time and I felt like doing it again when I picked it up. So the devil has kind of this ta da energy about him in your reading. And let's talk about the devil a little bit and what he means. So the devil talks about fear. The only power that the devil has over us is fear. So the devil causes us to fear things, and then that manipulates us to make decisions based out of fear, which don't help us or probably anybody around us either. Okay? And so when we have this devil showing up, this just tells me that on Thursday there's something going on where you are facing some kind of fear. And with that devil card the way it is, unless you do something with your free will to change this energy, you're letting that fear pull your puppet strings. Okay? So we don't want that to happen. A lot of times when we make decisions out of fear, we decide to do some kind of escapist behavior. Go have a drink, sink down into our video games, escape to those. Whatever is your escape from having to deal with something that maybe has too much feeling around it, or maybe you just don't want to be involved with, whatever your escape is, this card tells me that you're hitting that escape because you're afraid of facing whatever this is that has you hitting that escape button. Okay? Now, you have free will. You can change that. Make a game plan. What am I going to do the next time I have that urge to hit my escapist behavior? Okay? You have free will. You can change that. That's the beauty of getting a reading ahead of time. Now, Friday, we have the Eight of Cups. The Eight of Cups is my walk away card. So you're walking away here from something that made you feel depleted or exhausted. The fact that this comes up the day after we have the Devil card makes me really hopeful that maybe what you're walking away from is that escapist way of being or that escapist habit or whatever, that escapist tendency, whatever level it happens to be in your life. In your life, you're walking away from that. You're recognizing this is getting me nowhere. It's just leaving me exhausted and depleted. I don't have the energy to do something productive in my life when I give in to this escapist energy. And so on Friday, maybe you're just like, you know what? I'm not doing that again. I don't like the way I feel about myself after I do that. All right. So that's walking away from something that left you feeling exhausted or depleted on a mission to find something that makes you feel better, that makes you feel like you're more productive and like you're doing something that not only really is good for you, but that also other people can see that productivity and they benefit from it as well. And so then they're feeding into you while you're feeding into them. Okay. So that's what we have for you, Cancers. Thank you very much for stopping by and hanging out with me today. I know I'm going to be doing readings for some of you during the week, but for the rest of you, I will see you back here on the next video. Peace out.